me, I'll have Omar, the President, the Vice President, Omar, Chairman, a leader, and really absent discusses in there. This is the National Reconciliation Committee. It was set up in November 2020 by the previous approved by NEC, set up to resolve disputes at the various levels of the party, which we can reinvent and make the party stronger. Against this backdrop of the fallout of the intra-party conflict in many state chapters, this committee was set up to look at how we can address the problems that we have and see the solutions ahead of us. Together with these great men and women, we traverse the length and breadth of our country, meeting with stakeholders across the party, trying to find out the message to see what are the issues. While doing so, we repeated the same message to stakeholders, that it's only with great patience, forgiveness, and spirit of sacrifice from the greater good that we can rebuild our party, restore the confidence of the Nigerian people, and set out on the important task of rescuing this great country. Everywhere we went, everywhere we have gone, we have repeated Abraham Lincoln's wise words. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies too much. Though our passions be displayed, they must not break the bonds of our affection. Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the National Committee, we are pleased to report that this message was well received across the country and formed the foundation of the resolution of journal crisis between rival groups and reconciliation of discontented stakeholders. We are pleased to report that our committee was able to work with stakeholders in several state chapters, Borno, Ogun, Ondo, Niger, and Plateau, to resolve crises that have plagued the party for many years. In other states like Kosovo and Yobe, we have been able to work with stakeholders to rebuild the firm foundation of our party after some members defected. And in some states, while we may not have been able to completely resolve the crisis, we have been able to get contending factions to engage in dialogue and set them on the sure path to genuine reconciliation. In the course of our activities, we also met with critical stakeholders and organs of our party and listened to their grievances. We received their suggestions on how best to remodel and position our party as the best vehicle for delivery of sustainable development and good governance. On the strategy side, it was the committee that recommended to the last NWC the need to slash the nomination and expression fees payable by youths who are aspiring to various public offices, in order to encourage members of that demographic to seek elective offices on the platform of the party. It will be recalled that our recommendation came after we had a meeting with the youth who did this presentation. We're happy to see that our recommendation was accepted at the last meeting. Mr. Chairman, the report we have come to submit today contains a detailed breakdown of deliberation with the key stakeholders, members, and organs of the party, the issues that we raised, and our recommendations to ensure that these issues are conclusively resolved to the benefit of our great party. Mr. Chairman, we need to point out that so much has been done, there's still much to do. Our party has recently commenced a journey towards electing candidates to contest on the party's platform in 2023 general elections. We have discovered that the conduct of primaries to elect candidates to represent the party has been a source of great intra-party conflict and friction in the past, resulting in PDP being severely weakened and hampering its chances of success in the elections. Mr. Chairman, we believe that you and other members of NWC are men and women of great courage and integrity who have displayed a commitment to our party, its ideas and values. We want to advise that the party leadership should at all times adhere to the principles of equity and justice, good consciousness, and inclusivity. The leadership should always be transparent in taking decisions that are not favored by decisions can at least see that they have been given a fair hearing, and those cases we feel can see the one in merit. We urge you, Mr. Chairman, and other members of NWC to ensure a thorough and extensive scrutiny process in the selection of people who will be sent to go and conduct the primary election in the various states that we prepare for the 2023 election. Mr. Chairman, we cannot emphasize on this issue because from our exercise we found out that this is most cases where the problem starts in a lot of the state chapter that were formed. There must be people who are fair and who adhere strictly to democratic tenets. And sanctions should be meted out to those who you find that have gone to create crisis in state by their action. Also, we need to mention that time did not allow us to do much on the area of strategy. We had much to do so in the area of conciliation. It is therefore a recommendation, Mr. Chairman, that the party leadership should explore the idea of looking at the issue of strategy and even consider it as a standing committee to prepare for 2023 election. Let me commend the efforts of the NWC on some of the steps you have taken to position our party, particularly as they are in line with the recommendations you will see in this report. One of such examples is the revival of the People's Democratic Institute to serve as a policy thinking at the center of the party. You see that you're already taking steps in this line. I must commend you for that initiative. My colleagues and I are grateful for the opportunity to be of service to our great party, the PDP and the extension of the party. Thank you for the opportunity and confidence given to us to carry out this exercise. Thank you. God long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live. On behalf of my members, I'd like to hand over to National
Well, Chairman of the Reconciliation Committee, President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, and other members, starting with another President of the Senate, two former governors, the leader in the House, and who's the another former governor, yes, governor from the state is not here with us. This is no doubt a very high-powered committee of the party, and it shows the seriousness which the party had when they set up this committee to reconcile our members. On behalf of the National Working Committee, and on behalf of all PDP members nationwide or worldwide, we want to sincerely thank you for this great job you have done it meticulously. We observe you moving from one part of the country to the other, talking to our members, talking to leaders, talking to various party activists. We want to appreciate you for your contributions to this party, particularly for this very exercise, because the adage goes, divided we fall, united we stand. And for a political party in particular, if we have divisions within various state chapters, particularly among the leaders, it's very difficult to run a successful electoral campaign. We are happy that you have done most of the work for us. When we took over as NWC, we kept asking for this report because we saw it as the necessary groundwork for us to build on. Even though the report was not formally presented, we interacted with two distinguished leaders who were able to have an insight into what the report would be in many chapters, and we have been working on it, anticipating when we will submit the report. We want to thank you very much for availing your time to the National Working Committee, for us to benefit from what you observe on the ground. Some of the problems, as you say, we have already started addressing them. Very soon, we shall be inviting all of the members of the committee and other party leaders to come with the former commissioning of the People's Democratic Institute, which is located in Asokoro. We are putting finishing touches to the building we have secured, and we hope that that institute will help us in the next electoral campaign. We also appreciate some of the recommendations which we made verbally, and they have helped us to solve problems in those states, but there's still a lot to be done. We'll go through this report meticulously and very soon submit it to NEC, since it's a NEC committee. And we believe that NEC will implement. We have not only approved the report, but will also help us to implement some of the recommendations which are contained in this report. It will help us a great deal in strengthening the party, uniting the party, because the strength of the party actually is in state chapters. And if state chapters are weak or disunited, it's very difficult for us to move the party forward. We want to thank all of you, because the implementation which we do, I believe it will still involve some of you. And then secondly, who knows, maybe one of you, two of you are presidential aspirants, you may win and then be charged with further responsibility of implementing what you are recommending. So I want to thank you and ask you to continue to support us, support the party, so that we try and rescue this country, which has been run aground by rudderless. Travel by road, you can't travel by rail, you can't travel by air. Even in your house, you are not safe. That is the next level that APC has taken us. And we are determined that with the support of people like you, we should bring Nigeria back to the level where it should be. The level of peace, the level of development, the level of unity. Because this country has never been divided as it is today. This country has never seen a situation where a whole army of bandits, 300, 500, are raiding communities, taking over states, and the central government is doing virtually nothing about. So we have a Herculean task ahead of us. But I want to assure you that together we will definitely overcome the current challenges. Nigerians will not lose hope in their country. We are determined to come back, to restore hope to Nigerians and make life more bearable for everybody. So it is only with people like you that we can get this done. Thank you and God bless you all.